It's going over now. We hope you can do it. All right, we should be on. Let's record this. All right, we're should be all set, boys. Let me just make sure we're on. We are on. And here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Three Men in a Bottle. We try to do this every week. This is myself, Ryan Maloney. Of course, Randall J. Bird is here. And Johnny on the spot himself, John Hendricks, otherwise known as Frisky Whiskey, is here this morning. And what we try to do is just take 2 sips of a whiskey and sort of give you a sort of feel on it and how it is in a sort of a short format. So, John is
Pappy, what do we got today?
What do we got?
For today's reveal party, I have this very special Irish whiskey, Dunbrody Madeira cask.
Ah,
all right.
The Madeira cask. Well,
not a lot of people probably familiar with the Dunbrody line.
It's a relatively new line out there by our friend Jeff Karlovich is the blender on this. He is known for some of the stuff he's done with Kelt and Kayo whiskey. It's got a great palate. It's been putting this type of stuff together. They've just entered into the fray of Irish whiskey.
Yep.
I believe he's getting. Where is he getting the whiskey for this?
Great Northern Distillery.
Great Northern Distillery, which is
John Teeling.
That's
the senior.
Yeah.
So pretty much the man credited with bringing back the Irish whiskey industry, John Teeling Senior, with a very important distillery through the 80s and 90s called Cooley. Sold that to, I believe, Bingham Tory, and then moved on to his own project. His sons do Teeling.
Right.
But he has a distillery in Dundalk, Ireland, right on the coast, just before you pass over to Northern Ireland, but still in the Republic. And it is called Great Northern.
No,
and I always think of Twin Peaks whenever.
Do you?
But this is definitely all Irish, and this is, I think, a special finish. He's doing some kind of crazy finishes on this.
So they have a bourbon. They have a bourbon finish. They have a Caribbean cask finish, rum cask finish, and this is a Madeira wine cask, the one we're tasting today.
Correct.
Madeira wine cask is, of course, a fortified wine. It's in the Madeira, done in the Madeira Islands or the archipelago. It's a fortified wine.
Right. So bolstered with extra alcohol, and similar to sherry's and ports, but this is its own category of Madeira.
Yeah, its own category. And I have to tell you, I'm a sucker for especially Irish whiskey done in Madeira. I think it goes usually exceptionally well. But let's see, you guys.
We're going to take 2 sips, right? And then after that, we can drink it. But we're going to do the review.
45 ABV, and they have some additional information on here that this is a char level 2 cask.
Char level 2
that was used.
Okay.
Of Madeira.
No, the char level on the original whiskey was a 2. I don't know if he's charring the Madeira again. I'd have to find that out.
Typically at the toast, but
yeah. All right.
I'm taking my initial sip.
This is also batch number 1, the very first.
We get the first batch, huh? All right.
45 ABV.
Now I'm just taking my first sip. Randall, you're already done. You want to give us your side?
Yeah. So, I mean, Madeira adds a kind of rich, but still has a little hint of wininess, that kind of aged grape quality. I don't know how to explain it in wine terms because I don't really drink that sour grape juice, but pretty delicious. It's adding an edge to this. It's probably a little bit more on less on the sweet side and more on a more savory kind of note.
Savory kind of feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I do as well. I get a little bit of that nuttiness as far as the savory component, and I'm getting a lot of orange.
A lot of orange too.
Yeah.
I definitely get the savoriness. I get the orange. I'm getting what you're talking about. The orange is more like an orange peel rather than the pith.
Yep.
It's very compactful.
Really,
it's got a great long finish on it, which is fantastic. Irish whiskey is usually done as a 3 times distilled process. All right. What I like about that, it lends itself very nicely. It makes it sort of a lighter spirit. It lends itself nicely to cask, the influence of cask finishes, although I've seen it overdone too.
Yep.
This has a perfect balance of I still can taste the Irish whiskey. There's I can taste the distillate. The Madeira cask is adding something new to it, but it's not overpowering it.
It's got a lot more body than your typical Irish
whiskey. Yeah, I think that's probably from the extra aging too. That's
What's
going
the
to get
price neighborhood of this?
For us, we have this at $59.99.
so under $60.
Father's Day coming up. If they like Irish whiskey and they want to try something a little bit
Absolutely.
different,
Yeah, definitely.
the
I would
Irish
definitely go.
style does not require triple distillation,
No,
nor
it
does
does
it
not.
have any real regulation on how the flavor or the grains are used. I mean, there's laws to make sure that it's actually Irish whiskey. And so they do make a kind of lighter style that's a little bit of a sweetness, but you will not find that sweetness prevalent in this.
No, I think it's really good.
malty
It's
with
really
a little bit of a savory, kind of a
really good
slight hint
balance
of a
to it.
tang.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
buying it, I'm giving it like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
nice. And I think
Absolutely.
this is a fantastic gift that takes it in a little bit different direction. They might have their favorite Irish whiskeys, but if they're trying to expand that palate, or you want to bring something a little special to
We
the
usually
table,
don't do these
that's fine.
reviews around holiday or anything like that, but Father's Day is coming up, and get your dad something nice. You're the reason he drinks anyways.
Yeah.
So cheers to everybody. Cheers. And
Slanja.
thank you. That's still tasting really good. I like that a lot. I might bring a bottle home for myself. All right. Bye, Facebook.